Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to day 22 of the What's on Tap podcast, Advent Calendar Super Special Bonanza.
On the 22nd day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. And then the rest of the episode is just us coming up with new lines.
22 boxes of condoms, 21...
Wow. You need 22 boxes of condoms?
I mean, New Year's is coming up.
Wow.
You got to stock up for the orgy, man.
Oh, you go to orgies where condoms are required? Lame.
I don't go to the buck hunt one, sorry.
I'm genuinely disappointed in
I'm
you.
sorry, I know.
But it is day 22 of the Christmas calendar.
It is.
I am Martin. You are Stefan. I don't remember if we've said it the last few days.
We don't usually say it at all.
I think we've said it maybe 3 or 4 times during the Christmas calendar.
Maybe, that's very possible. But I would say over the course of a year, I would say we've maybe said it 3 or 4 times.
Aww.
I listen to other podcasts, and they're so good and professional about introducing themselves every time, and we're just like, skip that nonsense.
There are no listeners who expect professionalism from us.
I would hope not.
Not at this point.
Yes. But we do have a beer.
And I brought it.
You did. And it is an Avery beer.
I'm
Which means
scared
it's
of
probably
it.
going to be a 150% proof ABV.
It is.
Oh, Plank'd. Holy shit, yeah. So this isn't one that I've had, but it's a imperial coconut porter aged in barrel rums. And when you think porter, you think the highest of high ABVs. Because I think porters on average usually max out around 6 to 8%.
But there are imperial porters that are easily 10 to 12.
Yeah. Well, this one goes up to 16.2.
Right. I think it's from 2018. It says on the front.
Well, the good news is we still have a few years before we hit the best buy date, which is 2028.
Wow. Let's see. It's here, right? There.
2018.
Yeah.
Yes. May 24, 2018. Oh, I like the way they did that. It looks like they branded it with a little stamp
exactly.
into the...
The front is like a barrel, and this information is like it's branded into it. So that's pretty nice.
What's funny was I was looking... I ran across this list of the best high ABV beers put out by breweries over the years. And Avery had 3 of those spots. And Plank'd is one of them. So
nice.
I'm super excited to try this.
But the thing is, so now I'm scrolling through friend check-ins. I have it's very possible that you have never tried this vintage.
As far as I know, I've never tried this beer.
What? You've never tried Plank'd?
I don't think I have. I think it came out and it was you got this symbol on it?
I have. Who can know such a thing?
Well, because they used to release these high ABV Avery beers at Systembolaget. At least, not all of them, but at least, once a year there'd be one that came out. And I thought this was one of them that came out, but they were always super expensive compared to other beers. Now it would just probably be a regular beer and I wouldn't blink twice at it. But at the time though, it was whoa, who could ever pay such a money for such a
inflation has hit the beer. You did not have a rating for the vintage one. I think that was what I was going for when I picked it out.
All right.
I've had it throughout the years.
Yeah.
With pretty good results.
Okay. And so I've had this before.
No,
maybe not this vintage, but I've had Plank'd.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? I thought you looked.
No, I only looked on this vintage.
Oh, okay.
And you have no rating on it.
I 100% have not had this vintage.
So
that's why I feel like I 100% never had this beer.
So that's mostly why I picked it up. But it runs the risk, like all aged stout, it runs the risk of oxidation, wet cardboard.
Yeah. Dust. Getting dusty AF. I think it needs to, I don't know, I don't think it's too cold, but I feel like it needs to breathe a little bit because it does smell a little dusty on the nose.
Our experience is the more oxygen, the more dust and the wet cardboard will appear. So let's try it before we waste the precious seconds this one might have to live.
Well, the good news is it doesn't taste dusty or oxidized. It does taste licoricey, though.
Which
is the other indicator of something that's been aged too long.
I doubt that this tasted like licorice when it was new.
100%. Especially since it's supposed to be coconut porter aged in rum barrels. So you would think it'd be a strong coconut and rum flavor. But instead they're getting into that raisiny, licoricey kind of flavor, which isn't bad, but definitely isn't probably representative of what the beer was supposed to taste like originally.
No. So I had it in February of 2019, and I gave it 5. Then I had it again with Pontus, May of 2019, and gave it a 5 again. And then again with Pontus. Wait, this doesn't make sense. Something's wrong here. These are. I think we drank it twice in the same day.
Woof. That's a tough order.
What? With 5 hours of difference.
Wow.
That's wild.
You guys were like, we're going to get crunk today.
What? Why?
Was this the time? Was this the time you got kicked out of Mamo?
It is. That's today. That might explain it a bit. So that was the day when me and Pontus stood in line for a side project release at Himmeriget, drinking in the line, and then going to 1420 and meeting up with Dennis, and then just plowing through his cellar because we brought rare beer that he wanted. So he put up beer from his cellar.
Yes.
Not his cellar.
And then you guys thought, hey, let's go down on the tap room on the way home and hang out for a little while.
Yeah.
And
they basically said to us, we know you're really happy, but one beer and maybe you should leave that.
Yeah.
And it was like 8.
Yeah. That all sounds about right. This isn't bad. This is actually pretty good. It is definitely not the beer that it used to be. Like I said, you're getting some raisins, you're getting some licorice, maybe a little bit of wintergreen kind of flavor creeping in there.
Age, it has signs of aging, but I think the strength of the beer and the barrel aging fights against that.
Yeah. For, what was it, 18%? 16.2%. It's definitely boozy. I mean, there's a bit of alcohol heat to it, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't kill the beer. It's still very, very drinkable. It's pretty light in the mouthfeel overall. It's a shame there's not more coconut or any coconut in there. That would be kind of fun to have.
That's probably faded.
Yeah.
But I have to be honest, I was a bit surprised when you read the ingredients because I realized now that I thought I had tweaked the coffee one. So when you read coconut, my brain was like, what? That's not what I brought at all. Looking again, that is what I brought.
The tweak I have had, because they did release that for a couple of years in a row, I believe. And that one was also pretty fun.
I might have it tweaked at home.
But again, the ABV is off the charts on that.
And that I think is 18%.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to try. I'm glad you brought it. I don't know how many. This is batch 1 too, so I don't know if they've done many batches after this. But it's always fun to try these,
especially if you
older beers that I haven't had.
Especially if you haven't even tried any vintage.
True.
So what will you give it?
I won't give it a 5.
No.
But I'd still give this. I think this is a solid 4.
I'm also at a 4, but I think if we wait half an hour, it'll be 3.5. Well, that's really what I think. We'll need to drink this quick before the flavor runs away from us.
Yeah, very possibly. All right. Well, you can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you find podcasts. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the penultimate episode.
Very excited
about that. So until next time.
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.